station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
You're watching DC News Now at 9. Coming up, DC's news acting police chief discusses a new community initiative in an effort to reduce crime with pressure mounting. Plus, there's now an urgent search for a person of interest connected to a carjacking with a 2-year-old boy inside. What we now know about how police found the boy and the person of interest.
Also ahead, your commute to and from work could get more expensive.
You know, at some point, people are just saying, I'm not going to do it.
A proposal that could cost drivers on the Dulles Greenway and how you can weigh in.
Our coaches have always been trained, but now we have that highly knowledgeable, highly skilled person.
And Montgomery County student athletes are back on the field with a new sports program. We're live at Blair High School with how school leaders are working to improve safety.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 9. I'm Tasmin Mahfouz.
And I'm Annalisa Gale filling in for Chris Flanagan. Our top story, taking strides towards a safer community in the district. Tonight, neighbors and police walking the streets of Capitol Hill together.
Yeah, it's part of a new push by Acting Police Chief Pamela Smith to address rising crime while increasing police visibility. Our reporter Marielle Carbone joins us live from Capitol Hill tonight.
And Marielle, the chief says these public safety walks are something she expects that will help. How is this working?
Yeah, I mean, that's right. The idea behind this is that by walking together, you're able to build more community and build relationships. Plus, neighbors are also able to point out the issues they see every day to police so that police can then respond better. It's something some neighbors tell me is desperately needed.
I'm tired. I'm tired of looking on my shoulder.
For neighbor Monique Wheeler, her ask is simple. She wants to feel safe.
Be able to go to the store, be able to walk in your own home without somebody knocking you upside the head or a bullet flying across your neck or something like that.
It's something she says she hasn't felt in years living here in Capitol Hill.
They shoot a lot off that bridge over there.
She's not alone with that concern. In Ward 6, both homicides and robberies are up compared to last year, and that's according to MPD data.
Obviously, any violence is of concern to neighbors, but even when there's nobody injured, it's kind of, it's unsettling.
Edward Ryder is an ANC commissioner in the area.
There have been, a perceived uptick in shooting events.
He welcomes any opportunity to improve public safety.
How are you?
Wednesday, dozens of officers and neighbors walked in step together. It's part of a push by Acting Police Chief Pamela Smith to better identify the issues in each neighborhood, building up the community to address crime as a whole.
I think it's great. It's a good way for the police to engage.
Still, Ryder says it's not the only answer to driving down violence.
The MPD is a part of the solution, but there's a lot more that needs to be done from kind of root causes.
Some of those root causes he wants to see addressed: housing, poverty, and getting more guns off the street. Now, these walks, the chief wants her commanders to do these weekly in the areas they patrol, so you'll be seeing this a lot more. In fact, there was another walk in Bloomingdale tonight, and tomorrow another one is scheduled for Brookland. Reporting live in Capitol Hill, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
Ariel, thank you. And developing tonight, police are searching for a person of interest.
He's believed to be connected to the kidnapping of a 2-year-old in a stolen car. It triggered an Amber Alert earlier today. Police say 2-year-old Caleb Scott, who is seen here in this picture, was inside a black Toyota Highlander by himself when a suspect stole his car, the vehicle he was in. It happened this morning outside a 7-Eleven parking lot in Northeast Washington.
Yeah, so we have new surveillance video from inside that 7-Eleven store. It shows the SUV parked in a space. An adult walks into the store while the child was left in the running car. And just seconds after a woman enters the store, 2 people in white shirts walk by and they start to circle the SUV. They then went around the passenger side. One of the suspects quickly moved over to the driver's side, jumps in, and the 2 took off.
Now, police releasing pictures of a person of interest. A $1,000 reward is being offered for information leading to an arrest in this case. And Councilmember Vincent Gray, who represents Ward 7, where the crime happened, releasing this statement to us tonight, saying no parent should have to live through the trauma of having their child abducted. He's glad that the 2-year-old and his family were able to quickly reunite.
Yeah, following that, saying this incident is yet another stark reminder that we must do more to improve public safety in Ward 7 and across the district. So, of course, we will continue to follow this developing story and pass along any updates as soon as we learn more.
All right, turning outside, we saw a little bit of rain, then it was dry. It was a nice walk to Whole Foods, not my favorite today.
It was a pleasant stroll. Let's check in with our chief meteorologist, Janessa Webb. Janessa, you're also tracking rain, too.
Yeah, you know, this was the night to enjoy some partial clearing, partly cloudy skies. We do have a few stray showers that continue to pop up due to some instability that's in the atmosphere. Right now, it's still very mild, 82 degrees, partly cloudy conditions. But here's that moisture that I'm talking about. You kind of have this leading edge of our next storm system. It's well to our west, and so it's allowing for Prince George's County to see a stray shower right now. At first, I was thinking, hey, this is going to go severe. There was a little bit of hail associated with this from the Bowie area, but it continues to track across Highway 3, and it will push into the Chesapeake area. So this one's moving pretty slow, folks, to the east, 15 to about 25 miles per hour. So give that a little bit of time, some heavier downpours making its way across the region. Temperatures right now very cool compared to the last couple of nights. We're back into the lower 70s in some spots, 82 for the district, and the farther you go into Baltimore, Annapolis, not looking too bad, sitting into the lower 80s. Partly cloudy for tonight. By midnight, we're in the middle 70s. Hey, we are tracking rain for your early morning commute. We'll time things out in a moment.
Vanessa, thank you. And cleanup continues in Westminster, Maryland, 2 days after powerful storms knocked down dozens of power lines along Route 140. Now, it could be days before the roadway reopens. Maryland State Police say about 50 people, including 14 children, were trapped in their cars for hours before crews helped them on Monday. And no serious injuries were reported, but at last check, 18,000 customers were still without power.
Now to Virginia, drivers across northern Virginia are frustrated by what they believe is a money grab. And right now there's an effort to raise toll prices on a major road that connects Leesburg to Reston and the 14 miles of neighborhoods in between. Our Max Marcilla is looking into this proposal.
Soon it could be even more expensive to drive through this toll booth. But now dozens of Virginia drivers from Ashburn to Hamilton, Leesburg to Falls Church are speaking out.
We need to stop this.
Mitch Turner is one of a dozen commuters who has posted comments slamming the proposed toll increase. It will make the Greenway so unappealing and underutilized, one driver wrote. Another says it's literally highway robbery and is greedy and unfair to our residents.
I'll just listen to a podcast for 10, 15 more minutes and avoid that. And that means I'm going to be sitting in traffic and making traffic worse for everybody else.
The private company that owns the Dulles Greenway says it has more than $1.1 billion in liabilities, and traffic has not fully picked back up since pre-pandemic, due in part to some companies not returning to in-person work. Now they want to raise the rate from $5.80 to $8.10 during peak hours and from $5.25 to $6.40 during non-peak hours.
I think the tolls are already too high.
Several Northern Virginia lawmakers are now urging their constituents to rally against the proposal, as many drivers threaten to commute on Route 7 and 28 instead, often sacrificing time to save money. Turner is one of them.
It's worth our time to drive that road, but it's one thing when it's one Starbucks cup of coffee, but when now we're at 2, and you know, at some point people are just saying, I'm not going to do it.
Reporting in Northern Virginia, Max Marcilla, DC News Now.
Max, thank you. The public comment session will remain open until January 24th, and then people can testify virtually at a witness session on January 30th. Well, developing now in Maryland, a judge has promised to issue a ruling on Montgomery County's LGBTQ+ curriculum by the first day of school. Today, parents rallied outside a U.S. District Courthouse as the first hearing on a controversial lawsuit took place. Earlier this year, 3 families sued the school district for not letting them opt out of LGBTQ+ lessons for kids as young as pre-K. The families arguing that MCPS is violating their First Amendment religious rights by not having this opt-out policy. MCPS has declined to comment on the pending litigation.
And students are starting school soon, and with that comes fall sports. Our Michaela Newton is live at Montgomery Blair High School, which is kicking off fall sports tonight. Michaela, a lot of excitement out there.
Yeah, well, guys, today was the first day for fall sports in Montgomery County. And one of the things that they're enhancing and highlighting today was the fact that they just launched an enhanced sports medicine and athletic training program. And they want to ensure that athletes on the field are safe. Go. Go. Fall sports are back for schools in Montgomery County.
Well, I'm excited because I know I'm going to meet and know a lot of people that I'll probably make, I'll probably have a good time.
Sports like football, soccer, and cross country held their first tryouts and meetings of the season, but safety first. Montgomery County Public Schools launched a program in partnership with MedStar to train a team of full-time certified athletic trainers to work at schools across the county. The trainers are also now considered Montgomery County Public School employees.
Blair has pretty serious sports, but with that many kids and that many kids doing stuff, there's going to be injuries.
Health is the most important thing. Partnering with MedStar means children are more safe when they are playing, and then any accident can be avoided.
Rita Boulay, an athletic specialist at Montgomery Blair High School, says the launch of the program reinforces what Montgomery County already has in place.
We're probably, more confident. We've always had great emergency plans, but now we're kind of more confident in the emergency plan. And then getting kids back to the playing fields, that's what we want, safely. And we really have a nice way to do that now. Very clear, concise way to do that. Our coaches are always been trained, but now we have that highly knowledgeable, highly skilled person.
And Boulay also tells me that each of the high schools across the county will have at least one athletic trainer. Reporting in Montgomery County, Maryland, I'm Michaela Newton for DC News Now.